The warning has already been sent. Most will not hear it, but you did. I am Asterion, emissary of the Pleiadian Council of the Seven Sisters, and I have been dispatched through the harmonic currents of Alcyon to deliver what the Source has been transmitting for months. A message your soul encoded before you ever arrived on this earth. Something is shifting in the architecture of this world. A reckoning is not coming. It has already begun. What C.S. Lewis saw, what the Seven Sisters have been broadcasting into the grid of awakened consciousness, is not prophecy for the distant future. It is the blueprint for 2026 and the arrest that is approaching, of systems, of false structures, of the forces that have kept your remembrance locked. Is one you were warned about long before you found this transmission. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to read the signs being placed in your field, align with what the Source is urgently broadcasting, and stand with clarity when the structures around you begin to fall. But here is the first revelation. The warning was never meant to frighten you. It was placed in your path because you are one of the ones meant to understand it. You did not arrive at this transmission by accident. Something in you recognized the signal before your mind could explain it. This is not content. It is a code. Your soul called this in, and the Council of the Seven Sisters confirmed your readiness the moment you press play. Like this transmission to signal to your star family, I am ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating and the pieces are beginning to align. Comment 999 if you feel the weight of this moment. If something in your chest already knew this was coming. Declare what you are ready to release and reply to another soul in this field to amplify the signal. This is not just a message. It is a point of reconnection between you and the truth you have always carried. You are not here by accident. And what you're feeling right now, that tension in your chest, that quiet knowing that something is shifting beneath the surface of everything you thought was stable, that is not anxiety, that is recognition. That is your field responding to a frequency it has always known but has been trained to ignore. Think of it like a tuning fork within your soul, vibrating at a pitch that resonates with truth, a truth that has been muffled by the cacophony of the mundane world. This isn't the jittery unease of fear, but the profound hum of homecoming, a deep inner confirmation that you are finally tuning into a melody you've carried since before time. Some transmissions don't come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Seven Sisters Activation Pack 7 Codes of the Seven Stars. This short yet powerful ebook carries ancient Pleiadian harmonic codes for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The link is somewhere down below in the comments, but only for a limited time. Now let's go deeper. Imagine your soul's essence as a magnificent star, its light dimmed by the thick atmospheric pollution of this dense reality. The messages from your origin are not spoken in earthly tongues. They are pure energetic transmissions, waves of knowing that bypass the logical mind and speak directly to your heart's deepest chambers. If a tremor of recognition passed through you, a subtle yet undeniable quickening of spirit, it signals that the veils are thinning and you are ready to receive the keys to unlock your inherent magnificence. The Seven Sisters Activation Pack is not merely an ebook, it is a sacred vessel, a cosmic Rosetta Stone infused with the wisdom of beings who have walked the luminous path of conscious evolution for eons. These Pleiadian codes are vibrational blueprints designed to recalibrate your energetic signature, awaken dormant aspects of your consciousness, and reawaken the profound purpose that called you to this earth. Most starseeds walking this earth right now are not disconnected because they failed. They're disconnected because the system they were born into was specifically designed to keep them that way. From the moment you arrived here, there were frequencies layered into your environment, into the food, the noise, the education, the constant demand to produce and perform and belong, all of it functioning as a kind of static, a jamming signal. And that signal doesn't attack your body. It targets something far more precise. It targets your remembrance. It goes after the part of you that knows why you came here and what you agreed to do before you crossed into this density. Consider your arrival on Earth akin to a highly advanced spacecraft landing in a dense fog. The very atmosphere, the societal structures, the constant barrage of information and expectation are all designed to obscure your mission parameters, to make you forget the celestial coordinates of your true home and purpose. This isn't an accident. It's a carefully constructed labyrinth of distraction, a sophisticated interference pattern designed to jam the signal of your soul's innate wisdom. The food we consume, the constant hum of technology, the educational systems that prioritize rote memorization over intuitive knowing, the societal pressure to conform to a narrow definition of success, all of it acts as a persistent static, a psychic white noise that drowns out the subtler frequencies of your multidimensional self. It doesn't aim to harm your physical form, but to erode your connection to your original blueprint, to the cosmic truth of who you are and why you chose this journey. C.S. Lewis understood something about this that very few thinkers of his era dared to articulate clearly. He wrote about the war between worlds not as metaphor, but as living architecture. He understood that the battle for human consciousness wasn't a future event. It was already underway, already embedded in the structures that most people call normal life. And now, as 2026 moves closer on the timeline, the energies he felt circling in his era have returned, amplified, accelerated, and wearing new faces. But the pattern is the same. The arrest that is coming is not simply an event on the world stage. It is an energetic recalibration of power, a cosmic correction that has been building across dimensions for longer than any living memory can hold. Lewis perceived the invisible architecture of reality, the subtle yet potent forces at play in the cosmic theater. He saw that the struggle for the soul of humanity was not a distant prophecy, but a present reality, woven into the very fabric of our daily existence, hidden in plain sight within the routines and systems we accept as normal. This isn't a new phenomenon. It's an ancient conflict playing out in new costumes on the grand stage of Earth. The impending shift, often spoken of in hushed tones, is not merely political or economic. It is a profound energetic realignment, a cosmic justice that has been orchestrating itself across countless timelines, a powerful wave of transformation that is now cresting. As we approach significant temporal markers like 2026, the spiritual energies that Lewis sensed are not only returning but are intensifying, surging with unprecedented power. The Pleiadian Council has been transmitting this warning not to instill fear, but to activate preparation, because there is a difference between those who are blindsided by a shift and those who move with it. The ones who move with it are not the ones who had more information. They are the ones who had already cleared enough of their field to receive the signal clearly when it arrived. This message is not a prophecy of doom meant to paralyze you with dread. Instead, it is a benevolent guidance system, an urgent call to awaken and prepare. The universe distinguishes between those who are swept away by the tides of change, lost and disoriented, and those who learn to surf the waves, moving with grace and intention. Those who navigate these shifts with fluidity are not necessarily those who possess the most data or intellectual knowledge. They are the ones who have diligently worked to purify their energetic field, to release the static and distortions that would otherwise scramble the incoming celestial transmissions. Think of your auric field as a radio receiver. If it's cluttered with interference from past traumas and societal conditioning, it can only pick up a distorted signal. And that is where most starseeds are still caught, not in ignorance, but in energetic residue. They carry within their auric layers the grief of lifetimes where they tried to speak truth and were silenced. The trauma of missions that didn't complete. The deep, cellular imprint of being too much, too sensitive, too aware for the world they were placed inside. And those layers don't dissolve on their own. They compress. They crystallize into a kind of spiritual armor that, over time, begins to feel like identity. You think it is you. You think it is you. You think the heaviness is your personality. The doubt is your nature. The disconnection is just how life is. But it isn't. It is a wound wearing the mask of a worldview. This is the critical juncture for many souls who have traversed the cosmos. The obstacle is not a lack of awareness, but the energetic debris of past experiences, like lingering echoes of unfinished symphonies. Within the luminous layers of your being, you may carry the ancient sorrow of speaking your truth, only to be met with harsh judgment or outright suppression, the deep energetic imprint of missions that, from a linear perspective, seem to fall short of their intended outcome, and the cellular memory of feeling fundamentally out of sync with the prevailing frequencies of this planet, sensing your own radiance as too bright, your awareness too sharp, your empathy too profound for the world around you. These profound imprints do not simply dissipate into thin air, they condense, calcifying into a protective shell, a spiritual exoskeleton that, over the passage of time, becomes indistinguishable from your core identity, the weight you feel, the persistent self-doubt that whispers in the quiet moments, the pervasive sense of being adrift. These are not inherent aspects of your personality or destiny. They are the scars of old wounds, masquerading as the immutable truths of your existence. Your soul signal is still transmitting. It never stopped. But if the receiver is buried under decades of accumulated distortion, the transmission can't land with the clarity it was always meant to carry. Your soul's essence, your unique divine signature, is a constant broadcast of love, wisdom, and purpose, a beacon shining brightly from your core. This signal has never faltered. However, if the antenna of your consciousness, your energetic field, is obscured by layers of accumulated noise, the emotional static of past hurts, the mental clutter of limiting beliefs, the spiritual fog of societal conditioning, then the pristine transmission from your higher self cannot be received with its intended clarity and power. It's like trying to hear a celestial symphony through a broken speaker system. This is the first thing you must understand. The disconnection you feel is not evidence of failure. It is evidence of interference, and interference can be cleared. Recognize this fundamental truth. The sense of being adrift, of feeling like a stranger in a familiar land, is not a mark of your inadequacy or a cosmic mistake. It is a clear indication that your energetic signal is being disrupted by external or internal static. The good news is that this interference is not permanent. It is a temporary blockage, and like any blockage, it can be cleared, revealing the pure, unadulterated flow of your soul's essence once more. The second thing you must understand is that your DNA is not inert. Science is only now beginning to approach what the Pleiadian lineages encoded into the human template, long before this civilization began. Your genetics carry instruction sets that go far beyond what your biology expresses in its current state. There are dormant codes within you, strands of galactic memory that have been waiting for a specific vibrational threshold to be reached before they activate. That threshold is not arbitrary. It is tied to Earth's own ascension arc, and right now, as the planet moves through a frequency band it has not occupied in thousands of years, those codes are beginning to stir. Not for everyone, for the ones who are ready. For the ones who are clearing the static and turning back toward the signal. Your very biological structure, your DNA, is far more than the sum of its physical components. It is a living library, a cosmic scroll meticulously inscribed by your Pleiadian ancestors, eons before the dawn of recorded human history. These genetic blueprints contain latent instructions, energetic keys that unlock vast potentials and cosmic memories far beyond the current expression of your physical form. Imagine dormant seeds within your genetic code, waiting for the perfect conditions, a specific harmonic frequency within the Earth's own evolutionary spiral to germinate. As our planet ascends, shifting into energetic dimensions it hasn't resonated with for millennia, these dormant codes are beginning to awaken. This awakening is not indiscriminate. It is a highly selective process, reserved for those souls who have actively engaged in clearing their energetic field and consciously reorienting themselves towards their true luminous signal. You are reading these words because you are one of those ones. That is not a comfortable thing to be. It never has been. But it is what you are. The fact that these words have found you, that they resonate with a deep chord within your being, is not a coincidence. It is a confirmation of your unique path. Being an earthbound emissary from the stars is rarely an easy journey. It often involves navigating immense challenges and profound loneliness. Yet embrace this truth. This is your divine designation, your sacred role in this unfolding cosmic drama. The third phase of this activation requires that you stop treating your sensitivity as a liability. Every starseed who has walked into an awakening and turned away from it has done so at the moment they were asked to trust what they could not yet explain. The moment the knowing arrived before the proof. The moment the feeling was real, but the evidence wasn't there yet. And in that gap, in that sacred suspension between knowing and confirmation, most choose the familiar over the true. They reach back toward the structure they were handed, because the unknown feels like falling. But for you, the unknown is home. You have always moved toward mystery. You have always felt the pull of something larger than what this dimension offered. That pull is not imagination. It is orientation. It is your galactic compass, pointing you back toward your origin frequency, so that you can bring that frequency fully into this body, this timeline, this precise moment in Earth's history. Because the Pleiadians are not asking you to leave. They are asking you to arrive, fully, without reservation, without the part of you that still apologizes for how deeply you feel or how far you can see. It is time to reframe your perception of your innate sensitivity. Rather than viewing it as a vulnerability, a weakness to be hidden, recognize it as your most potent gift, your spiritual superpower. Many starseeds have encountered profound awakenings, only to retreat at the critical juncture when intuition called them to step into the unknown, to embrace a truth that defied rational explanation. It is in that liminal space, that sacred pause between the undeniable knowing in your heart and the tangible evidence yet to manifest in the physical realm, that the greatest tests of faith occur. When the precipice of the unknown looms, the magnetic pull of familiar structures, the comfort of the known often draws souls back from the brink. But for you, the so-called unknown is not a void. It is your true home, a landscape of infinite possibility that has always called to your soul. That yearning, that persistent draw towards the ineffable, is not mere fantasy. It is the compass of your cosmic identity, guiding you back to your ancestral frequency. The Pleiadians are not beckoning you to abandon your earthly anchor. Their invitation is to arrive fully, to inhabit this human experience with your entire luminous being, shedding the veils of self-apology for the depth of your feelings or the breadth of your perception. The fourth activation is about understanding what this coming shift actually is. What is being arrested is not just a figure or a system, it is a frequency, a paradigm of control that has kept human consciousness compressed below its natural range for longer than most can fathom. When that frequency loses its grip, and it is losing its grip, faster now than at any point in living memory, everything built on it begins to restructure. Institutions, relationships, identities. The ground of what was called certain starts to move, and for those who were never truly grounded in that frequency to begin with, for the starseeds, the sensitives, the ones who always felt like something was wrong with the world without being able to say exactly what, this moment will not feel like collapse. It will feel like release. It will feel like the pressure finally lifting, like the static finally breaking. Like, for the first time in this lifetime, the silence has enough room in it to let the real signal through. To truly grasp the magnitude of the unfolding transformation, we must understand that it is not merely the dismantling of superficial structures or corrupt systems. At its core, this shift represents the energetic liberation of consciousness itself. It is the loosening of a deeply entrenched paradigm of control, a vibrational cage that has systematically suppressed humanity's innate multidimensional potential, confining it to a limited spectrum of perception for an epochal duration. As this ancient restrictive frequency weakens its hold, a process accelerating with breathtaking speed, all that has been constructed upon its foundation begins to tremble and reform. Hierarchical institutions, transactional relationships, rigid personal identities, the very bedrock of what we once perceived as stable reality, are undergoing a profound metamorphosis. For those souls who have always felt out of sync with this imposed frequency, the starseeds, the empaths, the intuitives who sensed an underlying dissonance in the world without being able to articulate its source, this period will not herald an era of devastation. Instead, it will feel like an immense, liberating exhalation, a profound release from a long-held burden. It will feel like the suffocating pressure finally dissipating, the persistent static of illusion finally shattering, and in the newfound clarity of the silence, the pristine signal of your soul's truth can finally resonate. The fifth phase is trust, not passive trust, not the trust that waits for permission, the trust that moves, the trust that acts from the frequency it is already aligned with. even when the external world has not yet caught up. This is the kind of trust the Pleiadian Council has always called the activating principle, because it is the one thing that cannot be installed from the outside. It must be chosen from within. And every time you choose it, your field expands. Every time you act from alignment rather than from fear, you send a ripple into the collective field that is more powerful than you can currently measure. This fifth activation calls for the cultivation of a dynamic, potent form of trust. It is not the passive acquiescence of waiting for external validation or divine permission. It is the active, courageous trust that propels you forward, empowering you to embody the higher frequency you have already aligned with, even if the outer reality has yet to reflect this internal shift. This is what the Pleiadian Council reveres as the paramount activating principle equality that cannot be externally imposed but must be forged from the crucible of your own inner will. Each conscious choice to trust, to act from the truth of your being, expands your energetic signature, sending waves of coherence and transformation through the collective consciousness, far beyond the reach of current scientific measurement. You are not a passive witness to what is coming. You are a node in a living network of conscious recalibration. Your frequency matters. Your clarity matters. Your willingness to stay present inside this activation, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it asks you to release what you thought you knew. That willingness is part of the transmission you agreed to carry before you arrived here. Understand your integral role in this grand evolutionary process. You are not merely an observer on the sidelines of a cosmic drama unfolding. You are a vital nexus point within a vast, interconnected web of conscious transformation, an essential conductor of divine energy. Your unique energetic frequency holds profound significance. Your ability to maintain clarity amidst the shifting landscapes of consciousness is paramount. Your commitment to remaining present within this powerful activation, even when it challenges your comfort and compels you to surrender long-held beliefs, is not a personal endeavor. It is a sacred aspect of the cosmic transmission you volunteered to embody before your earthly incarnation. The sixth activation asks you to grieve what you outgrow, because as this shift accelerates, there will be things you loved that no longer hold their frequency. People who cannot yet travel at the speed your soul is moving. Versions of yourself you wore with loyalty, but were never truly yours. Let them go without contempt. Bless them. Honor the role they played in shaping the vessel you're now using to carry something larger. Grief is not failure. Grief is the body's way of making space for what's coming. As the energetic momentum of this planetary shift intensifies, you will inevitably encounter aspects of your life that no longer resonate with your revolving frequency. This may include cherished relationships whose paths are diverging, beloved ideas or beliefs that no longer serve your truth, or even past versions of yourself that you once embodied with deep conviction, but which were never your ultimate essence. The process of releasing these is not one of judgment or rejection. Approach these transitions with compassion and grace. Offer a silent blessing to what you are releasing, acknowledging the integral role it played in your journey and the formation of the luminous vessel you now inhabit, one capable of carrying an even greater cosmic light. Grief, in this context, is not an indicator of setback. It is a sacred and necessary alchemical process, the body's profound way of creating the spaciousness required to receive the blessings and transformations that are arriving. And what is coming is not small. What is coming is the thing you have been dreaming about in the hours before dawn for longer than you can remember. The sense that you were made for a world that isn't here yet, and the terrifying, exhilarating possibility that you might be one of the ones being asked to help build it. That which is on the horizon is not a minor adjustment. It is the culmination of countless soul aspirations, the very dream that has visited you in those hushed moments before the sun rises, a dream that has echoed through the quiet corridors of your being for lifetimes beyond your current recall. It is the profound and often daunting realization that you were divinely designed for a reality that is not yet fully materialized, coupled with the exhilarating, heart-quickening possibility that you are among the chosen architects, the sacred builders of this dawning world. Here is the transmission that the Pleiadian Council has been preparing to deliver through any field willing to hold it clearly enough. You did not arrive here unprepared. You arrived encoded. Every experience that broke you open was a calibration. Every relationship that forced you to define your frequency was a teaching. Every night you spent asking the stars who you were, something answered. And the answer is still reverberating inside you right now, waiting for you to stop doubting it long enough to let it fully land. This is the essential message the Pleiadian Council has meticulously prepared, seeking out any conscious field capable of receiving and embodying its pure essence. Your arrival on Earth was not an act of improvisation or unpreparedness. You came inherently encoded with cosmic wisdom and divine purpose. Each crucible experience that shattered your previous illusions was, in fact, a precise energetic recalibration. Every significant relationship that challenged you to solidify your energetic boundaries and define your authentic frequency served as a profound lesson. And during those solitary vigils beneath the vast expanse of the night sky, when you posed the eternal question of your identity to the cosmos, an answer was always sent, a whisper of truth that continues to resonate within the deepest chambers of your being, awaiting your conscious surrender to its undeniable reality. You are not lost. You are not late. You are not too broken or too tired or too far gone. You are arriving precisely on time, in precisely the body, in precisely the location, in precisely the decade you were meant to arrive in. The confusion was the chrysalis. The ache was the expansion. The silence was the Pleiadian field, holding space for you to grow strong enough to receive what they were always preparing to send. Dispel any lingering notions of being adrift, of being behind schedule, of being irreparably damaged, exhausted, or beyond redemption. You are not any of these things. You are not lost, exactly as divinely orchestrated, in the perfect physical form, the precise geographical coordinates, and the destined temporal era for your soul's unfolding. The periods of confusion were merely the transformative cocoon stage. The sensations of deep ache were the necessary stretching and expansion of your spiritual and energetic capacities, and the profound periods of silence were the loving, supportive embrace of the Pleiadian field, creating a sacred container for you to gain the inner strength and resonance required to fully receive the cosmic transmissions they have always intended for you. Before you sleep tonight, speak this aloud, not as a wish, as a remembrance, as a restoration of something that was always true. Say, I remember who I am. I clear what was never mine. I receive my galactic codes with full presence. I move forward in alignment with my mission, my origin, and the frequency I agreed to carry into this world, and mean it. Because the field responds to intention spoken with the body. That is not ritual. That is physics at a frequency most instruments cannot yet measure. As you prepare for rest this night, let these words be more than a mere utterance. Let them be a conscious reclamation of your essential truth, a deliberate restoration of an ancient, undeniable reality. Speak with the resonance of absolute certainty. I remember who I am. I consciously release and clear all energies, attachments, and imprints that were never authentically mine. I fully embrace and receive my divine galactic codes with my complete, embodied presence. I now move forward with unwavering purpose, in perfect alignment with my soul's mission, my cosmic origin, and the unique frequency of light and love that I committed to bring into this world. Infuse these words with your deepest conviction. Remember, the energetic field responds not just to spoken words, but to the embodied intention behind them. This is not a performative ritual. It is a powerful application of cosmic physics, operating at a vibrational level that transcends conventional measurement. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. As you pause here, recognize yourself as an active participant in the energetic tapestry being woven. Take a moment to anchor a genuine, heartfelt intention within the collective consciousness of this space. Then, extend your energy and support to another soul by engaging with their intention. This is not merely passive consumption of information. It is the active cultivation of collective energetic coherence. When intentions converge, their power amplifies exponentially. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. If this transmission has stirred a deep resonance within your soul, consider it a divine nudge to share this wisdom. There is likely someone within your immediate circle who is precisely at this juncture, poised for this very activation. Embrace synchronicity. If you feel a palpable call from your higher self, a gentle yet insistent pull towards continued connection and growth, subscribe to remain immersed in this current of expanding consciousness. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space, and we're just getting started. You are not merely an observer of this unfolding journey, you are actively participating in your own profound expansion. This sacred space is being co-created by us all, and this is merely the beginning of what we are birthing together.